Continuing with the work on the Chrome extension that creates the project from qwen chats window. Um, but before that, let me show you an update that Olama is bringing. So Olama in its new executable is coming up with an app, Olama, and this one is a UI around its locally running model. So whatever local models that I have, it will show without the download icon. Like I have the Gemma 3.1 and this qwen 3 1.3. I can select it and talk to it directly. Also, there are some cloud icon, some models having the cloud icons. These will run in Olama's own servers. But the best part is to call these through API. It's the same. We have to hit our localhost endpoint, the same endpoint that we are hitting for our locally installed model. How it works is they use some. Let me show you this page. So this is the hourly and weekly plan for these cloud models, and you can see my weekly is 0.1 and hourly is 0% right now. And there is was some key, I think, in the billing or somewhere. I can't show it right now. Uh, there could be some personal information in those pages. So there some keys there which it uses internally in local. So for calling that those cloud models or interacting with those cloud models, the API is exactly the same localhost to this one API generate. How we are interacting with the local model, just that we have to change the model name. Model name for the original 20B is just this part GPT OSS 20B, but the cloud one is hyphen cloud. So if I run this one, you can see the usual locally installed qwen model, which is a very lightweight model, runs on when runs on my local computer. It was taking around 2 minute 40 second to something more than 3 seconds at times. But this one you can see, if I send it, last time when I ran, it was just around 12 seconds. It took. Let's see how much. Yeah, so it looked like this time it in 6 seconds it was able to pass response. So this will be better use for our project because that way we won't have to wait for that much. And I think for a demo like what we are building in these videos, this is more than enough. For a real use case, you might want to have these models in your own server, and you can compare which is more profitable compared to hosting and going with the billing plan of Olama, or hosting it in your own instances like in AWS or Google Cloud. So that's what I wanted to update. But coming back to the application, let's go to the qwen chat page and close this. And also when we do Olama list, whatever cloud models that we have tried, they also start showing up. The size is empty here because it doesn't reside in our computer. It is running on Olama's own infrastructure. So let me just run this one. We'll continue using qwen for now because we are fine tuning it, or basically we are making our app so that it can work on one of the local model. Chat GPT-1, this open GPT OSS, this will always be uh, better in terms of parsing than this smaller model. This is just 1.3 billion parameter, and this is 20 billion. But yeah, at this point, since we have started working with this one, we'll continue with this one only. So I will start this. I'm gonna run this one. Okay, and let me close other things right now. This is our chat window. Right now, my Node.js application is not running. So if I try to capture, yeah, there is a error handling there. We're calling Olama API 0 minute 2 second. I also added a time elapsed here so that we can come to know how much time it is taking for the response to come. This is because that Node.js application is not running. So I'll run node server.js. So we were at this point where we were able to click capture. It will take some time. Let's wait. I'll pause. So the response came in around 6 minutes. Responses containing all the details, folder structure as well as file name and the content. So let's move to the next step. Next step will be creating all these folders. So what we will ask, instead of we doing it through code, that based on this file, based on this path, create a file and add this content. Okay, actually, that will be easier, I believe, rather than, because this is something that code can do much better than AI. We have the exact path, we have the exact file name, we have the content. So exec command is something, or y exec, even with mkdir, even fs has some functions which can create a folder. So let's take a help of AI, but it will, I mean, from henceforth, the code will not, or the response will not go to an again to the AI model to do something. It will be processed by the backend application server.js. So in this one, we'll ask it to add a method, add a, let's take a new chat, add a new endpoint in this file. So this is it, add our new endpoint. Instead of endpoint, we can ask it to add a function in this file that will read path like this, a file name like text.js, and it will create a folder starting as ASCII, then inside that main, then inside that Java, and a file inside that named text.js, and it will save the value of the content in that content, content, path, and name and file name will come as argument. So looks like it wants to test what it has written. I will allow. So it has written this function write nested file. First we'll keep this changes, we'll close this. So looks like it is doing what we asked, path string, file name and content. So let's try to call this. This is not a async function, so we can directly call. So here we are returning below here the Olama API. Here we are returning remote.body. Remote.body contains that entire list. So what we'll do is we'll call this function remote body. Okay, it's not here actually. It's this remote res.json. Here it returns the JSON. So we would like to take this passed value as data. Data. We'll paste this function name, write nested function. It's actually not data. We'll have to iterate the data for let I equal to 0. Okay, we have to iteratively call this inside this for loop. So we'll call this data.path, data.filename, data.content, still not data, data I. Our index is there, data I. Okay, so if this function works, it will be able to create the folders. Let me restart this node app. Okay, so it's listening. We'll redo the same thing. This time it should create the folders also. Capture. Let's wait for something around 6 minutes. I will pause. So this time response came, but some issue occurred. Here we are getting the content as undefined. Let's see what this one did, whether it was able to create the folder, this project or not. So I'm seeing some files. Form.xml it created as a folder. This Docker composite YML also it created as a folder. src is a folder. Main Java is there. Config is there. Folders are there, but files are not there. Maybe it's because of the response, how it came undefined. Yeah, so let's continue in the next video.